Good evening, parents. Today I'll be going over the homework lessons 6 to 10. I do want to go over briefly the problem sets. A problem set is something that we complete during our math rotation. So we complete something called the application problem, and we complete something called the problem set, which is up here at the top of the screen. Problem set. We do this in class. So I wanted to explain to you briefly what we went over today. Because most of our kindergartners are not able to read unless they've studied sight words, specifically colors, usually this I will help them complete. So for example, I'd say, well, this says red, so everything that's every item that has every box that has two objects, we will color those objects red. I'll color that red, and I'll do the same for this box and this box as well. So the instructions say count and color. So what we do, once I've already filled these for the students, that way they already know that 2 will be red, 3 will be blue, and 4 will be orange. I count each object. I make sure that they touch and count on their paper. 1, 2, 3. Well, the number 3 box is colored blue, right? So I'm going to color these 3 smiley faces blue. And now we're going to count the moons. Let's see, there's 1, 2 moons. Well, the number 2, or 2 items should be, or 2 boxes with 2 items should be colored red. So I'm going to color these 2 items red, and that's how we continue on with the remainder of the paper. Now for homework is a little bit different for today. Today we're really just touching and counting for lesson 6. So the instructions say draw lines to put the treasures in the boxes. Let me count this one first. There are 3 gold rings. 1, 2, 3. Let me find the number 3 and draw the line to the box, and then we do the same with the rest of the objects. Now it's important to let children try to solve these on their own as you tell them, okay, let's count them. It's important to let them count them themselves and try to find the number, because some students may be misinterpreting that a 3 looks like a 2. And so they might say 1, 2, 3 and count it properly, but they might want to put it in this box for 2. If they do that, please ask them why they're doing that. Just say, oh, I see that you put this, you made a line from this box to this one. Can you tell me why? And they may say, oh, well, this is a 3. So at this point, you're able to identify that they think that a 2 looks like a 3, or they think that a 3 is a 2. So what we can do in this case is you can reach out to me, you can make a note of it, and then I can help with number identification either in class or send home worksheets that they can work on with for number identification. So we'll do the same with the rest of the sheets. This is for homework for lesson 6 today. Lesson 7, problem set. This is something that we will do in class, which is essentially the same as the one that we did today. I would help students by telling them to color this box black, this box blue, and so on. And I would have them count the objects. So let's count the hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this box has the number 4, and it's colored red. So I'm going to color these objects red. And the same process goes for the rest of the items. Now for lesson 7, this is actually something that we're going to do in the problem set, which is in class. For homework for lesson 7, then I would do the same, have them color these boxes the appropriate color. If they're able to read them, then that's wonderful, but most kindergartners are not able to read at this age. Some do, however, are able to decipher based on the context clues. Like if they see black, they might think this is a blue or brown, maybe just because they see the B or they try to sound out, which is amazing. In this case, I would just have them try to decipher while I'm talking to them first before they actually color. And I was like, what color do you think this is? If they can sound it out, that's amazing. If they cannot, just like, well, this looks like black. It says black right here, so let's color this black. Number 2 would be blue, and so on and so forth. And for this homework, you will do the exact same thing. How many of these are there? This looks like a diamond. Is there 1, or how many are there? Or I would really ask, how many are there? They're going to say, oh, well, I see 1. They might try to look around here to find 1. But if they see 1, perfect. Okay, so where's the number 1? And hopefully they're able to identify that this is a 1. And they would color it that color, black. So then this tilted square or like diamond shape would be black. And you would do the same with the rest of the shapes. It's very important to try to get your scholar to identify the shape. If they don't know what the shape is, then go ahead and tell them. And hopefully they can repeat it back to you soon. We will be going over geometry in Module 2, which is where we go over shapes. Although I do play a shape song that they absolutely love, and hopefully they can identify these shapes already. For lesson 8 problem set, this is what we will be going over in class. The problem set, like I said, goes over is what we do in class. In this case, the instructions are count the objects and circle the correct number. So I will count the ducks. Touch and count the ducks. 1, 2, 3. Where is the number 3? I'm waiting for them to find it. Again, trying to find gaps or seeing if they are misinterpreting what the numbers look like, or if they're not able to identify numbers. Well, I know this is a 3, so I'm going to circle this 3. If you notice that there is a trend in identifying numbers, again, please reach out to me, and I will find some resources that I can send home that we can practice. Or practice during class time, if time permits. And we will continue with the rest of this problem set. This will be done actually in class. I just want to give you a quick heads up that these little fingers right here are actually how we count the math way. So if you ask your child to count the math way up to 5, or let's say in this case up to 4, their little hand should look like this. They start with their pinky, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they should show you with their hand. It's very cute. And that's how we count the math way. I'll be posting a video of how we count the math way so that you'll be able to see and understand when your child or scholar would like to tell you would like to show you how they count the math way. For lesson 8 homework, count and circle the number that tells how many dots in all. Now this one can be a little tiny bit tricky. I've noticed with parents is, in this case, this one's fairly easy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and students circle the 4. Now here students get a little confused, and parents do also. Students get confused, so parents tend to get a little confused as well sometimes. So in this case, how many in all, right? So we're counting all of these, but students often stop counting when there is a space. So for example, a student may count 1, 2, 3, and then they might go over here and say 1. But it's very important if your child does this, just to encourage them to keep counting because they're in the same box. So for example, I would say 1, 2, 3. Okay, keep going. There's another one. 3, 4. All right, this is a 4. Let me go ahead and circle this 4. And it would be the same for this one. That's a little bit different because there is a space in between. And that's going to be for lesson 8 homework. Lesson 9 problem set, which is something that we will do in class, but it's very similar to the homework that they will have, which may seem a bit confusing, and I understand why. The directions are a little odd. So in this case, it says count the dots and circle the correct number. So we're counting all of the dots. In this case, I will count all of them. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to circle the correct number. This is the number 3. I will circle that. Color the same number of dots on the right as the gray ones on the left to show the hidden partners. So the total number is 3, so I would circle the 3. And the hidden partners are 2, because 2 are gray and 1 is white. This is me letting you know how we are teaching pretty much addition and subtraction here in kindergarten. So the first instruction so far, so that's why it's important to have this great foundation, is count the dots and circle the number. 1, 2, 3, circle the number. How many are gray? I would ask the student, how many are gray? Well, let me see. 1, 2. There are 2 that are gray. So I want to color the same amount on this side. So then they should be coloring 2 dots on this side as well. And so just to let you know, once again, this is how we start teaching hidden partners, or how we start teaching students subtraction addition. So essentially, they will end up learning that 2 and 1 make 3, the total number. So this is a hidden partner. 2 is one hidden partner, and 1 is a hidden partner. So 2 and 1 make 3. That's how. This is why the foundation is so important. For the homework, it's going to be exactly the same. Count the circles and box the correct number. You don't necessarily have to put a box around the number. A circle is fine. Color the same number of circles on the right as shaded ones on the left to show hidden partners. So it would be exactly the same. Count the total number. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to circle it. And then there's only 2 that are shaded here. So I'm going to color 2 only because there's 2 shaded here. I will color 2 only. Again, hidden partners is going to be part of our vocabulary this lesson. And so hidden partners are going to be parts of a whole essentially. So in this case, 2 and 1 make 3. So 2 and 1 are the hidden partners of 3. This is a template that we will use for lesson 9, which breaks down hidden partners. So this is considered the whole. So we would have, let's say, 3, if that's the case, 3 blocks, 3 counting bears, 3 counters. And we're going to show that 2 and 1 make 3. So we'll have 2 counters here, 1 counter here, 2, and 1. We're going to count them one by one. 1, 2, 3, and then putting the total number in the whole. I'm sorry. So it's going to be part, whole, which is usually how I teach it. Lesson 10 problem set. This one is what we're going to do in class, and it says color to see the hidden partners, count the objects, and circle the total number. So let's follow the first instruction right here. Color one circle. So I would color this any color I'd like. And now I'm going to count them all because I want to see how many I have total. So I would count 1, 2, 3. I would circle the 3. The child would then be able to see that 1 and 2 make 3. 1, because this is a hidden partner, we colored the 1. There are 2 that are white, so that's the other hidden partner. And 1 and 2 all together make 3. Again, this is where we set the foundation of starting to break apart addition and subtraction. It's really fun. Lesson 10 homework is a little bit repetitive of another lesson. So you're counting how many? 1, 2, 3. So it says to draw a box around number, but we don't have to draw a box. We can if we'd like. Otherwise, we can just do a circle. So we'd circle 3. And it says color one of the circles in each group. So we'd color 1. Does not matter which one. And then they're able to start seeing hidden partners. So they'll see the 1 colored circle is a part, and the 2 white circles are another part. So part and part make whole. So these would be hidden partners once they are colored in. If you need any further assistance, I'd be more than happy to make a more detailed video on a particular concept. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd also like to explain to you in person if that suits you a little better, if you're a visual learner, or if you need it to be translated, I would be more than happy to explain it to you in Spanish as well. Please feel free to reach out yet again with any questions or concerns with either homework or work in the classroom. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.